This is yet another DFL exclusive interview. I've set up this interview for the DFL. It's finals week. It's epic. This is a critical week in the DFL. And I had to do some work to get this phone number because I had to talk to this person. This individual needs to be spoken to. And I went online. I went to the Yellow Pages. And I went to Google first. Couldn't find it on Google. I went to the Yellow Pages. I dug up this phone number. And on the phone currently, believe it or not, I wouldn't make this up. I wouldn't lie to you. I have the quarterback of the Toronto West Saints, the Western Conference champion Toronto West Saints, on the phone for us today, for you today. And I have questions. And what does that mean? That means I need answers, and I need the answers now. So, Sasha.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing good. It was hard work for me to get Sasha to do this interview, and I hope you appreciate it, DFL. So we're going to get right into it, Sasha. Tell us how you came into the DFL. How did you hear about the DFL?
Actually, I didn't even know where I was playing when I started to play. I was asked to play by Darnell James. Ended up actually meeting him at a work function, and he recognized me as one of the players that he's seen before, so he asked me to come and play. And he's been asking probably for about 3 years now, but I've been very busy with kind of life and schedule, and then last year I tore my ACL, so finally I decided, okay, fine, stop harassing me, I'll come and play.
Wow. And with a torn ACL, you've done extremely well in this league. The first year in the league, you guys have gone, 7-2 or 7? Yeah, 7-2, 9 games, 7-2. Extremely successful season. And just briefly tell us how. Don't let us in on all the secrets and all the stuff. I know Royson James very well. He's Uncle Royson to me, and I know he's telling you a whole bunch of stuff. You don't have to tell us all that, but just tell us what you attribute your success to as a team.
To be honest, it probably has to be a lot to do with the Jameses. And I know that you all know all of them, so Sheldon, Darnell, Royson, and Avalon. I think having them as a core on the team has really made kind of our team as strong as we are. With their coaching, with their abilities, with their skill, I think that kind of family orientation and that dynamic has made us a better group.
Wow. And you've had some interesting experiences off the field as well.
What do you mean?
Well, a rumor has it, I was told, this could be false, that not only do you participate in football for Toronto West, but you also attended a church function at Toronto West as well.
I don't know if attended is the right word. They were having the Trinidad celebration, so I thought I would go out and support them. I am not an avid churchgoer,
right,
but I tried to get there on time, but I ended up getting there at 1.
Oh.
But I did go. They have invited me back, but we'll see how that plays out.
Okay, hopefully you do. Hopefully you have an hour and a half to spare to go to Toronto West. But
it's a busy day. Saturdays are busy days for me.
I understand. So far in the DFL, I mean, your first year, new experience for you. How do you find the DFL? How has your experience been in the league?
I've been having a lot of fun. I think it's really good competition. I think the teams are definitely at a different level of competition than what I expected, given I walked in not really knowing what to expect. But I've been pretty impressed with what we've had to face so far. And I think the team's really pulling together, and it's good to see a lot of first-time players coming out and playing and really learning and adapting to the game.
Wow. And now, we spoke before about briefly in trying to convince Sasha to do this interview. We spoke briefly about your opponent, and that happened to be the game that you did not come to. and so you don't know much about the team you're playing. But
I think I was there at half, but I actually don't know them very well.
Okay. So what that suggests to me is that you're not scheming on how to beat this particular team because you don't know the team. You don't have any sort of there's no scouting report for you.
So do you want to know the inside scoop?
I want to know the inside scoop, Sasha. That's my job.
I don't actually remember or know any of the teams. So, and it's probably because I've played sports and other things. I actually, when I finish a game, I don't remember the score. I don't know who made big plays, who made big drops. I don't even remember the team afterwards. So every time I go to a field or I go to a game, it's something brand new again. It's always fun and exciting, and it's fresh.
Mm-hmm.
So, unfortunately for you, and I don't have a scoop for you, but I don't know exactly who we're playing, what we're up against, or anything like that. I just know that we're going to try and do our best and play our hardest and play our game.
Wow. So you go into a game and your mindset is just, I'm just going to do my thing, and whatever they throw at me, I'll adjust to it as the game goes on.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Wow.
Pretty much.
Enough said. Now, before you get out of here, and I know you're itching to just get off this phone call, yeah. I want to know some things. Now, you just said you don't remember much about who you've played against, but I am going to ask you: is there any players in the league so far? You won't know names, so it's going to be tough for you to describe. But any players stood out to you, and then give me your general opinion on the talent level of the league so far. But I want to know first, are there any players that have stood out to you that you've played against and you're like, that's a really good player, male or female?
Ooh, the girl that we played last week, who did the slant in, slant out, and up, she's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I like her.
Describe her.
Short black girl?
Short black girl.
I think so.
Oh, that's on Perth. You guys played Perth, so that's probably Donnery?
She was on the outside receiver.
Okay.
Very good. And she rushed me. I realized that at the end of the game.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought she was a good player.
Really good player.
Is it bad that I don't really remember very many of the other games? There's that one quarterback guy that puts everybody on one side and then runs to the other. He seemed very quick. I think he knew the Jameses.
What?
Given all you guys know each other, but I mean,
what?
I think they played together.
What color team is that?
We may have played them in the quarterfinals or the semifinals of the regional.
Okay, that would have been Carl Brown, the green team, right?
Yes.
Okay, Carl Brown, yeah, and he also plays with the Jameses in the touch league for the Young Bucks.
Okay.
Yeah, he plays for the Young Bucks as well. Any other standouts to you so far?
I'm sure that there are. It's just, you'd have to ask me right after that game of who I thought on that team stood out.
Sasha's already cleared her mind of all talent in the DFL. Okay, so...
No, come on. Give me some credit.
So, my second question. What do you think about the talent level?
In, like, guys, girls, all of these
Just across the league, in terms of competition, and you play in other leagues, so I'm just, in comparison to where you're playing, what do you think about the league so far?
Well, I don't play in another co-ed league, so for the co-ed aspect, I think it's actually a really good competition level.
Mm-hmm. I
think, based on what you have, because you've got a lot of beginners, a lot of vets, and a lot of mismatch of people in between there,
mm-hmm.
It's actually a really good place to start playing football,
mm-hmm.
and for vets who just want to enjoy the sport.
Right.
The other leagues that I do play in, or that I have played in, it's all about you pick a team that's at your level, and you try and challenge that. And you try and grow and develop based on that. Versus this, I really like because you can get any kind of mismatch of people, and yet you can still have fun, develop, grow, and be competitive.
Mm-hmm. So, with that being said, the odds of you being back next year, are they extremely high, or are they kind of like, I'm not sure yet, we'll see?
I'm not going to answer that. I am going to have to talk to the team, see what we want to do. Also, you never know what life is going to throw at you. So, as of right now, I'm going to say I don't know. I think it's going to have to be a wait and see for me of where I'm at and what I'm doing.
Okay, Sasha, you're going to leave us all in suspense. Secondly, before I go, when I'm doing an interview and I ask a question, you're not allowed to say, I'm not going to answer that question. Like, that's not how my interviews work. Maybe in other interviews you say, I'm not going to answer that question. I'm going to let that one go because this is just your first time with me.
Well, I should let you know this is the first interview I've ever done. And if I could have it my way, it would also be the last one.
It will not be the last interview. But again, Sasha, thank you for your time. I will see you not on Saturday, next Saturday night under the lights. It's going to be an amazing final because of the teams, and like you said, everyone knows each other, and we all have relationships outside of football, so it's always fun to play against your friends, but at the same time you want to win, and this is the championship. So we play for a church, and we're representing that church, and all those people should be coming out. I think you'll be surprised to see how many people come out to the finals. And I wish you all the best. It will not be easy, I promise you that.
It never is, though.
It never is. Spoken like a true vet. It is never easy. But like you said, you just play. You just go out there and play and have fun, and that's your game plan. And I think you'll do great.
Thanks.
I thank you for your time this evening, Sasha.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.